Welcome back. Now in this session onwards we will look into different ways for data discovery using Serverless SQL Pool. As we said previously, one of the use cases of Serverless SQL is date discovery. It gives us the ability to quickly query files directly without loading them into databases. Also, it doesn't require us to provide any infrastructure. Azure handles all of that for us. So far we've looked at how to query various types of files and apply a structure to the data, which is great. But a typical data discovery includes many more things. Let me take you through some of these scenarios. Please note that these are just some examples, and it is by no means an exhaustive list. As part of the discovery, you may want to identify the total number of records in the source data. This can help establish whether to use a Serverless SQL Pool, our dedicated SQL pool, or even the Spark pool for the solution. You may want to identify the record counts per day, week by month, etc. This helps us project the growth of the data and again help identify the appropriate compute and storage for our solution. You may want to check the quality of the data received. For example, there might be duplicates in the data which may have to be removed. There might be missing values and invalid information. Knowing this will help us approach the supplier of the data to get the issues fixed, or even look for different sorts of data before progressing too far into the project. In some cases, we may even choose to fix these issues ourselves by applying some transformations, and most projects will be receiving data from multiple sources, and we need to have the ability to join the datasets to get them. And we need to ensure that the data sources can be joined and the appropriate keys exist in the data. Most importantly, a project will have to provide business value. This would require the data to have the right data items. We also would want to perform some simple transformations and aggregations during the discovery phase to make sure that the data meets the requirements and also any additional data requirements are identified. Serverless SQL can be used to achieve all of these things. This is by no means a lesson on T-SQL. But in this section of the course, I want to demonstrate some of these things for beginners so that you can see the power of a SQL and also appreciate its capability. If you are an experienced SQL developer, please feel free to skip this lesson. Otherwise, please continue with the lessons. We've already looked at things like whether the right columns exist in the data, getting total recall counts and record counts per month, etc. So we won't focus on these. We'll do some of the others. First, we look to see whether the file has any duplicates for a key column. Followed by that, we'll be looking at a missing data values in the file. We'll then look at any and expected values for some of the columns. We'll identify whether there are sufficient information available to join two datasets together and how to join them. We'll also write a SQL to get some summary information that helps make business decisions. We'll also carry out some transformations along the way. So let's get started.